Hello and welcome to another Fragmasters GTI Thursday in Live for Speed. Tonight we're at Aston Club and it's round 43 of the championship. I'm Peter Butcher and joining me in the commentary box it's Zdravko Topolnjak. We're going to go straight to the track for this one. Zdravko, take it away for the start.
Hello everyone. The grid for this race is Holmes in first, Gabor in second, and I think Fnatic in third.
Yeah, Mantas is third, Fnatic fourth,
Fnatic,
that's right. Take it away, we've got a big grid. Wow.
As we're waiting for lights, two reds, and there's a green light, and off we go. Right from the start, I think Fnatic got a good start. Gabor slots behind Holmes. There's a whole gaggle of cars behind them, and Fnatic already goes to the side of Mantis, and he will get the inside line for turn 1. That one will be interesting, and Gabor is in the slipstream, but goes for the outside. Take a deep breath. Gabor tries to outbrake Joe Holmes. Good luck with that. Fnatic. Oh, there's a crash. TJ, I think,
TJ.
and Mantis. Oh, there's a...
That is a heck of a pile-up, all caused because of TJ spinning.
and TJ spins again?
Yeah, well, I think TJ drove into the back of a couple of cars there. There was already an accident happening straight away there, so that's a shame.
So Gabor attacking Holmes into the fast sweeping turns. He will pull back. Let's see what happens. If he manages to follow here, he might attack into last turn. But if you overtake there, you're under attack on the straight. Holmes so late on brakes, later than Gabor, but Gabor gets a good exit. And Fnatic joined the party already, so there's a free car draft at the front. I wonder if Chris will pick TJ for next race.
Well, let's see where he finishes this race. He's currently down in P38, so I don't think
Gabor
that is an option
gaining,
currently.
I think.
Yeah,
Gabor is gaining.
Looks to be.
Gaining. Holmes will defend the inside. We know that Holmes is heroic on brakes. And Fnatic is also gaining on them. So what will he do? He follows Gabor. But cutscene, Gabor goes wide and Fnatic will take that place and maybe even Holmes. Ooh, this will be interesting. Now Gabor somehow got a run and Fnatic is left out. That looked great and ended up not so great for my teammate.
Well, there's plenty more opportunities. This track is basically an oval, just two hairpins with two chicanes thrown in.
I mean, this track is basically the greatest track LFS has for GTIs.
Yeah,
except
if you want pack racing, this is the way to go. Fnatic going on the outside.
Goes,
alternative lines.
Definitely goes for the exit and Gabor just slides into him. Yeah. That's a good move from Gabor if you want to give Joe Holmes the win. As Gabor says, he had a downshift problem.
Interesting.
And Fnatic gets a run on him on the straight. And that move is done way before turn 1. That move is done so early that Gabor will be able to attack him again.
But he's got engine damage as well on that car.
Yeah, he said he has.
Yeah, so shifting down really has caused him problems, and you can see Fnatic's just been able to drive away there. So
yeah,
yep.
I think Gabor has driven BF1 too much. He's downshifting so fast, and other cars can't handle it the way the BF1 can.
Well, the XRG isn't going to forgive you for downshifting too quickly, so Gabor will have to try and consolidate whatever position he can here. Looks like P3 at best then. Fnatic goes very deep there into the final corner, not able to get the car back to the apex at all, and that's not only going to hamper his chances of catching up to Holmes and winning, but it gives Gabor another chance on the straight to get a slipstream. So Fnatic gives away an opportunity there.
So if Fnatic runs away now, that will mean that Gabor indeed does have engine penalty, and it looks like Gabor is not able to catch up.
Yeah, he's not. He's nowhere.
Yeah, interesting. So,
Well,
Loco will probably get interested in Gabor, and Mentes is not that far away.
Loco is already interested in Gabor, let's be honest, and will be reading the chat, and will be even more hungry to get through quickly. He doesn't want to get held up because there's a few quick cars behind his teammates. Mantas, of course, supremely talented in the GTIs, so you don't want to give him any opportunities to catch up.
Yeah. As I said, reading the chat, I was just watching to the chat and saw TJ saying, "This is so unfair," and I'm not sure what he's thinking about because he made a dive that made him spin, so it
Gabor
was his own
pits.
fault. Gabor indeed pits.
Yeah, Loco promoted to P number 3. Unite also in the pit lane.
Kinda
And
interesting
us.
that Gabor decides not to, and Gabor had a repair one.
Well, you can't repair engine damage at a pit stop. He knows that, so he must have had repair on, yeah, by accident. That must have been another error. So, a comedy of errors this evening for Gabor, but we're watching Ayoub El Hanouni going very late on the brakes, having to weave his way between two cars there. That was his teammate 136 and drops back behind Asker.
Ayoub made the chicane out of that turn.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Luckily avoided everybody around him, but we've got Botev now with Yasin just behind Botev for FNC, Fast and Crazy Sim Sports, and Yasin for Air Attack. Having a bit of a fight. Pekka Koivunen got a drive-through penalty and has now served that, so he's been through the pit lane twice already.
So I'm interested in something now, as we see who was that Botev and Yasin fighting.
That was actually Rayman. But,
yeah, isn't there a patch for LFS that gives you engine repair damage?
What?
There is a test patch. I saw it on the forum where they talked about it. So does maybe Gabor have that test patch on?
I mean, the latest test patch is D44, but I didn't see engine repair in the change note. Oh, okay, there is engine damage repair in the new patch, so that is that is news to me.
Yeah,
Zdravko,
I don't use the new patch, so for me it showed body repair. But yeah, Gabor confirming on the chat that he repaired the engine damage. I'm not sure if he lost 7 seconds for that repair. I'm not sure he would lose 7 seconds with that engine. It was not that bad.
So yeah, as of D21, it's been possible to repair your damage. Apparently, and this is news to anyone who wants to get the test patch. Yellow counts as minor damage, 6 seconds. Red counts as major damage, 12 seconds. So 12 seconds to repair major damage on your engine is pretty quick.
I mean,
so I feel like those values could be slightly adjusted. What do you think?
Well, for the sprint races, it's still big, but for endurance, it's I'll take it any day.
Yeah.
When we did the endurance for AT, I told to Trispacer and Gabor that if they can, they should use the new patch so they can repair engine damage if we get it in the race. But
yeah, I mean, this has been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
So it should. I mean, I think the penalty should be longer than that, or it should be tunable. So yeah, suggestions will be made in the thread.
Maybe a good suggestion would be a percentage of race length.
Yeah, something like that. Because obviously, losing 12 seconds for damaging your engine is not enough of a penalty. As we're watching 136 miles per hour coming up behind Oscar, or now pulling out of the slipstream next to Oscar. But yeah, interesting. Well remembered.
Ooh, he will go on the grass, and this will be a jump.
Yeah, it's going to be a
no?
Botsy. Ooh, not a Botsy style jump.
But did he? He
He made an
actually
advantage
got
there.
ahead of
Yeah,
Arska.
yeah. And now Bottas has managed to get past him as well. So that didn't work.
I mean, 136 probably has only one objective here, and that is to overtake Bottas and Arska and finally be able to fight his teammate, because that's what B2R guys
That's
do.
what they do.
Yeah. That's the whole ethos of the team. Fight your teammate and lose time.
Savage, but true. Joe Holmes leads on lap number 8 ahead of Fnatic, who is very, very closely followed by Loco. So Fnatic has been not necessarily losing more time, just not really able to get away from Loco at this stage. Then it's Mantas who is closing up to the back of those two, absolutely. And then it's Tobis, who we haven't seen for a while, being followed by Master and Rayman, with Severin in P8 behind. And Ayub and Botev now round out the top 10 as it's 136 and Oscar side by side yet again into the chicane.
Loco will be able to attack very soon on Fnatic. Fnatic probably has some troubles.
I'll keep going back to this engine damage thing. I can't believe I missed that. Does that mean that was available for the Endurance?
Yeah.
D21? It was available for the Endurance, we never knew. Ah, wow. I mean, I need to pay
Why
more
didn't you
attention to
ask?
test patch notes. Yeah, no, I absolutely need to pay attention to test patch notes. That's crazy.
I mean,
there you go.
I'm not sure if anyone used it. I know that Gabor did, because we talked about it, and he was the last driver to get into the car, and we were like, okay, in case there is a problem, you can at least fix it for not that much time loss.
Basically no time loss.
Because for Endurance, we were having troubles with gearing. We were downshifting too fast, but in the actual race with the wind, we were just taking it more easy, and it wasn't that big of a problem, so he probably didn't have to deploy the repair.
Yeah. Well, obviously it didn't happen much. We would have noticed it for sure. The same way we did just now. So clearly engine damage was not too much of a factor during that race. Yeah, interesting. We've got Loco in the draft of Fnatic, but is it going to be enough? I don't know.
Fnatic went wide in the last turn, but going wide here actually helps you.
Yeah,
with getting
you.
better exit speed, and he's weaving a bit, so Loco is not gaining anything. He's gaining a bit now. Yeah, he's gaining a bit now. So, but that is like Joe Holmes distance. Not sure if Loco will send it. Nope. The Loco needs to change his nickname. Unloco maybe.
Well, Loco had. I feel like he had a little bit in hand there, because there was some cadence breaking into the apex. They had a bit of time maybe, so Loco could have potentially gone for that, but you know, he has to get through quickly because Mantas is going to catch up. Mantas is on pace here.
I feel like if you put Yellow Loco in that position, he will send it.
He would go for it. Oh yeah, he would go for it.
So. Yes, in overtaking 136 means that Ayub has to wait even more for that fight with a teammate. And
yeah.
I'm just watching at Fnatic, and he's driving such weird lines into last turn. It is giving him good exits, and it is slowing down Loco, so maybe he is also privy to a fact that if Mantas catches up to B2R cars, it's easy win for Fnatic in that fight. So maybe he's just holding back Loco a bit in that last turn.
Yeah, I'm just distracted now by patch notes. Just reading patch notes. Rayman leaves the pit lane.
Will he get ahead of Gabor? Gabor is on the track.
No,
I think Gabor will get it.
Yeah, Gabor will get it easily.
Yeah.
But Gabor has company. He's not on his own here. He's got Gritch right in his wheel tracks.
Which
so
still has to pit.
Yeah.
So the leading driver that pitted is Gabor and then Raymond. As Loco again has draft on Fnatic now in Sector 2. This will be interesting. Now he can send it if he wants to. Yes, the camera goes to the action when the action ended. But Loco now is a bit closer. So I think Fnatic will have to defend the inside in this case if he wants to have a chance.
Rayman goes wide, and that gives up the position essentially. And Fnatic has to defend from Loco into turn 1. Loco has a no. Is there a tiny amount of overlap there? There is. I think he could go for this if he wanted to.
He lifts,
yeah.
I think.
He lifts. Yeah, he's lifted.
I propose nickname change for Loco, and I would change it to Sensible.
This is a cool fight. Got Magic leading a train here. That's Gritch and Rayman.
Yeah, and Gritch is out of position for that fight because Magic and Rayman both pitted. Well, Gritch still has to, and Unite is following that trio. So Rayman will want to get past Gritch soon. Will that be in the last turn? There are two options. You can go tight and overtake on the entry, or you can go wide and set yourself up for good exit. But if a driver ahead of you also goes wide, then you're kind of stuck behind him and can't really accelerate.
Further up, we've got Master on Tobis around the outside. Sim Racing Polska versus Born to Race. And, well, it looks like Master's managed to do him around the outside. So that's a great effort there. Yeah, and he's clear.
So meanwhile that was happening, Fnatic has succeeded in his quest to back up Loco into Manta's clutches. And I guess he will start to drive faster now and enjoy watching in rear view as 2v2R drivers fight and lose time.
I mean, it's a nice theory, and I know why you've said it, but I think Fnatic's struggling, honestly. I don't think he has that level of control in this race, and we'll see. He did do a nicer exit there, but
some braking in Apex that he did were downright weird, and there's no logic into driving like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see his times now, because he did pull a gap on Loco this time around. So maybe, yeah, if he continues to pull a gap for next lap or two, then yeah, that's it. Because he's just parking the car on Apex and just taking the space for Loco to accelerate. Meanwhile, Gabor managed to climb up to P14, still the leading car that pitted.
Yeah, not sure for how much longer, as Unite manages to get past Gritch. Trying to catch up to his teammate up ahead. As we have Tupolev fighting with Rid further down the field. And Majester and Rocket also going at it down into the final corner, and Gabor might be able to get past both of them here. He goes past Rocket on the inside. And Majesta slides wide at the exit, and that's going to give Gabor a nice run. Gabor should have no issue getting past on the straight with the slipstream he's just picked up.
Yep, it'll be an easy pass. And Fnatic loco update. Fnatic extended his lead at this lap. So yeah, I think that was spot on. He deliberately backed up Loco to Mendes. I mean,
As Gabor mounts a move into turn 1, we've got TJ and Botev, and Majester actually managed to defend the position into turn 1. So interesting. Gabor will be held up for another couple of corners.
you know what's interesting? If TJ gets through Botev and maybe catches Pedro ahead, Griche has to beat also Rocket and Majester and Yasin. I think TJ might catch up to P15.
Oh, you're saying that, but that was a bit
Yeah,
sketchy.
I saw.
Oh, and now we've got a big gaggle of cars.
So what is he doing now? Is he?
Well, he lost a ton of time going wide out of the chicane, and now Botev wants to get back. It was a bit of a push to pass as further contact down into the final corner.
There will be more contact. Yep. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And I've said it. I've said my catchphrase.
And
yeah.
Okay, he will not be 15.
No, he won't. Not at all. That was ugly.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my.
I don't know what to say. That's how it looks when you run out of luck.
You run out of luck and get desperate.
I mean, TJ wasn't even at fault for that last.
That's why my focus is on this driver.
Yeah.
Borislav Botev. What are you doing? Anyway, he's losing a ton of places is what he's doing. So there we go. Joe Holmes exits the final corner. He has 2 laps to go. He still has to pit, remember, so but he has so much time. I'm surprised he didn't pit then, actually.
So Mendes pits. Are you banking on Joe Holmes making a mistake in pits?
No. Well, it was more a case of there are a lot of cars ahead of him, and he might as well pit. But anyway, Tobis and Master are drafting together down the home straight again, and that means we've got 2 laps to go. Everybody else has to pit on this lap now. And there's side-to-side contact between those two. Risky business at full pace.
So Master actually won the last race before this.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an oval, but still, it's not that easy to win GTI.
No, it's not. Absolutely, it's a different set of skills you need to win at an oval.
Yeah, I tried it 3 times, I think, and got absolutely wrecked every time. So this track was his pick, and he's doing
so
great.
He picked another
P5. Yeah.
Smart. Really smart choice.
I mean, I like this track. I like it, and that's very nice from Toby. Everybody kind of likes it. It's a novel, but you have 2 big braking zones, 1 very fast turn. It's not that easy. It's just small track with not many corners, but that just means you have to take those corners more times.
Loco didn't manage to make anything of the pit stop.
Where is Mantas?
Gets a good exit as well. Mantas is getting up to speed, but is a way back. I don't think there's going to be a move on there.
TJ gets involved into another crash.
Oh.
Yeah, this time he caught up to Chameleon and Majester crashing, and that's just unlucky race.
Yeah, a 3-way fight for P2 is what we're going to be treated with for the final couple of corners. You can see Joe Holmes just disappearing through the chicane ahead. He's pretty much won it, but what's going to go on here? Gabor managed to get up to P5. He got out ahead of Tobis. Impressive.
I bet Fnatic parks it on the apex of last turn and just gets a good exit, like he did 10 times already.
Well, it took him a long time in this race to remember how to take turn 4. Is it? I can't remember. I can't even count turn 4. And
Last
you
turn.
would be
Last
right.
turn.
Yeah, you would be right. Joe Holmes is already weaving. He's happy, and he has every right to be, because he's going to win race 1 of 2 here tonight at Aston Club. Pirouettes across the line. Be Fnatic across the line next. Good stuff.
That's even better pirouette now. I'm just watching a TJ getting a place out of last turn, so he will end up, I think, 23rd or 24th. So 23rd, yeah. Not great. So Gabor was 7 seconds behind Fnatic at the end of race. That meant the pit stop that he had, if he didn't get the engine braking, maybe he would be pit too easy.
Yeah, a large number of cars coming across the line together there. Paulie will be the final car. Then we can do a rundown of results of race 1 and get into race 2. Yeah, here comes the final car. The SRT Paulie. There we go, across the line. All right, Zdravko, let's do a rundown of the race results, and we can begin to discuss our picks for race 2. So, winning in a time of 24 minutes 45 seconds, it's Joe Holmes. Then it's Fragmaster's Fnatic and Loco, your podium. Loco not really able to get past Fnatic there at the end, although he was following for probably half the race. But there we go. Mantas in P4, Gabor, Tobis, Master, Magic, Severin, and Ayub in all the places down to P10. Then we've got Rayman, Pedro BR, Asker, 136, Unite, Lucas, Twin Cam Rabbit, Yasin, and Mad Jester, your top 20. And then over on the second page of results, there were a lot of drivers in this race, but the attention well and truly focused up the front. It's Chameleon, Packet, Texas, TJ, Rid, Koivunen, Magrio, Tupolev, Aerofade, Rick98, Rocket, Stephen Martin, Gritch, Pothoff, Kazi, Botev, Zables, Hermani, Paulie, and Caramel, with no DNFs. That was just a disqualification at the end, so nobody left the race. And nobody got lapped in the 18 laps that we had there, Zdravko.
Yeah, but I think that Paulie was like seconds away, because Holmes' best lap is 128. 120.8. So, yeah, that was close to being lapped. Interesting
that leads
to
us
see.
on. Yeah.
Interesting to see TJ and Botev in second page.
Right, enough foreshadowing. Who's picking who? Chris. If Chris picks TJ, then he's backing a man currently set to qualify P24 for race 2. On pole position for race 2, it's going to be Sidus Unite ahead of 136, Asker, Pedro, Rayman, Ayub, Severin, Magic, Master, Tobis, Gabor, Mantas, Loco, Fnatic, Holmes. Holmes will start in P15. Gabor will start in P10. Who you picking? Chris McElroy. Tell us in our ears. Gabor. Okay, so Chris goes for Gabor, who is starting in P number 5. ZT. Who are you picking?
I wanted to pick Gabor.
Of course you wanted to pick Gabor.
Yeah. I wanted to pick Gabor, and now I'm forced into picking Unite. And the last time I picked Unite, he had a drive-through and crashed on lap 2. And I don't want to. So I don't want to, so I'm gonna pick Holmes.
Aha! I'm so upset now. Okay.
I mean, if you look at the fastest lap times, Unite is second fastest lap time is from Unite. But I know that if I pick him, he will have a jump start, then he will go into pits on lap 1 to serve a driver penalty, he will speed into pits to get another driver penalty, and then just crash and spectate. So that's what happened last time, I think. So,
you suck all
Joel.
the fun out of everything. Foreshadowing what's happening in these races. I do appreciate you being here for commentary. I know you did want to race in this one. I know this is your thing. Zdravko, why don't you drive this one? Like, seriously.
What?
I'll vote for you. I'll pick you. Race. You can start last. Just do it.
Yeah.
Is there even room? No, there's 40 cars. You can't even race it. I'm sorry. Right, who am I picking? How long have I got? 60 seconds. Ooh. I mean, Fnatic didn't fill me with a whole load of confidence during that race, and as you can tell by my historic list of choices, Fnatic hasn't served me well at all in the past.
You only picked a winner once.
Well, we'll brush over that. Chris says Fnatic came second and fourth, which isn't too bad. Well, it's not good enough in my book, Chris. That's why you're winning. What can I choose? I think Mantas would be a good shout. I've chosen Mantas before, but Mantas sometimes drops out before the second race. Is Mantas going to be on the grid for race 2?
For now, he is here.
Now he's here. Right, I will choose Mantas because I have an opportunity to. If it changes, if Mantas leaves before the start, I'm going to pick again on the first lap.
He's racing.
He's racing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So there are our picks for race number 2. Chris goes for Gabor, of course, and Zdravko has picked Joe Holmes. I'm going for Mantas. So let's get race 2 underway and enjoy another 18 laps around Aston Club with the GTIs in Live for Speed Epic.
That's a huge line of course. So the green light is on as Unite gets a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Sorry, I can't talk. You take it over.
No, that's fine. Give it to me. Yeah, Unite's absolutely whiffed it off the line. And Gabor is already having side-by-side action down into turn number 1. He's side-by-side with one of the many Born to Race cars. That will be Tobis, as Abe and Rayman already side-by-side into turn 1. Lots of side-by-side action, as you can see. Hopefully everybody gets through cleanly.
Holmes side by side with Gabor already.
All right, here we go into the
That's
chicane. Let's keep an eye on these
1.
2. Yeah, absolutely. But Gabor's going to be ahead, and Joe Holmes will have to slot back in as Joe goes over the grass to try and get an advantage. And this is awesome. I love to see the car streaking through there. And he's got the run. Can't believe it. How's he managed that? Insane. Lots and lots of side-by-side action. Unite is out of this already. He's got a drive-through penalty. He's not going to be able to open up enough of a gap to win here. Asker is right there. Mantas had a dodgy start by the looks of it, but he's right there at the pointy end at the front. Look at all the cars as they come out of there. Fnatic has been bumped wide. Oh, Gabor's! It's all gone wrong again for him.
Now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No choice, and he's going to try and make up for place. No, that's Lucas. He was trying to get through on the pit entry. As it is Unite leading, but we don't care about him. He's got himself a penalty. It's Asker who leads, really, this race. And, well, it's 136 and Abe currently side by side.
And there's Mantas sliding in turn 1 and crashing. So that's classic B2R, Mantas crashing into Tobis, and then Rayman crashing into Tobis too. So that's what those guys do.
It's TJ who everybody discounted as well, currently in that fight. So Mantas not looking good for the win either now. And yes, we can talk about the win on lap 2 because this track is insanely difficult to make time back up at. So once you make a mistake like that, as you saw from Joe Holmes in race 1, you cannot recover. So, you know, at the moment, Oscar has a very healthy lead over everybody else, and that could be important at the end. Let's see what happens.
I have come to a conclusion.
Already?
Me,
Okay.
yeah, me foreshadowing that Unite will get a jump start actually added fun when he finally got it. As Holmes pits. It did not suck the fun as you said it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That was a very interesting start. Rayman is side by side with Severin across start finish.
And I gotta say, it's much more fun when he makes that mistake and I don't pick him.
Yeah, it's.
So Holmes gets ahead of Magic, or no, Magic gets him. So Magic, that's for position. They both pitted. Magic goes wide to politely give Holmes the place. Or no. No, he keeps it. So Holmes is second out of pitted cars. I should say for now.
Everything will change. Race 2 is such a mixer. It is absolutely chaos.
Yep. So, what do you do if you're Arska? As I see it, you just track your gap to Holmes. If that gap is close to pit window, then you pit and try to defend it on the track.
Yeah, I mean, it was brave of Joe to pit as early as he did, but let's see how quickly he can get through Magic. Mantas pits and will come out, I'm sure, behind Joe. You can just see Joe spooling up. Yeah, he's going to be through already. So that's Mantas out of
Joe
the picture.
Goes for the inside on Magic, so he will take the lead out of all cars that pitted.
Gabor also gets through on Mantas.
As they crash.
Yeah, unusual. But
Joe's
Joe's on the inside,
damage.
so he'll have that. Okay.
There is some damage on Joe's car, so let's see how it behaves on the exit of chicane.
Surely not badly enough after just a side-by-side contact there.
It's okay.
Oh, and further contact behind, actually, with Loco and Master. Did Loco hit the wall? Yeah, he did. So, well, he slowed down significantly. So that's Gabor and Fnatic in a bit of a train, who will both get through there. So 3 positions for those two.
Loco just wanted to put himself back into B2R fight with Twinkum and Mentes. And Toby.
And Toby.
They are really magnetic.
Oh, who's that? 136 had a big incident on start-finish and has spectated. So that's our first retirement in a race and a half.
So Gabor is in draft zone for Fnatic. Let's see what happens here. Gabor lifts. Yeah.
So Gabor wants Fnatic to push, but
Fnatic... Yeah, and Fnatic obliges and goes wide into turn. Yeah. That did not work out for Gabor, I think.
Yeah, Gabor should know better. Don't rely on other people to do what you want. Oscar could have this.
What we need now is somebody pink, and us noticing that, so we can calculate the loss of time in pit lane, as TJ is in Raymond's draft.
Abe could have this. DJ could have this if he pushes. I mean, he'll have to do a gargantuan effort to get through. But I think any of these guys, I think the back of the field have lost too much time. I think TJ's also lost too much time. But let's see what he can do. He's got a few cars to pick off ahead. But Ayub was all the way over the back of Aska now as well. So Ayub could take the net lead of this race.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Joe Holmes now, because
No.
he did lose some time with Magic.
He did, and like we said before, yeah,
I mean,
you don't have to lose a lot of time.
If you have good pace, if you had kind of good pace, then it's not that hard to convert a nice starting position in race 2 to a win. I should know. Yeah, I mean, if you're like only 2-3 tenths per lap slower, then it's easy, because if you're like 10 positions higher on the grid, that's instant 5 seconds advantage, and you won't lose that during a race. The key is not making mistakes. Unite posts a fastest lap just to show how good this race could be for him without his nice start.
Let's see what happens. TJ deep on the brakes, manages to get at the apex, but Rayman, yeah, will slot in behind. Ayub is going for the lead on Aska. We're calling it the lead because, well, Unite's got himself a penalty. Unite is stretching a lead, but he's not. He's got a drive through. He's not going to be able to get in and out of pit lane ahead of everyone else, I don't think. You need a lot more time than he currently has. So here we go. Ayub on Aska. What are you going to do? You're going to send it up the inside.
Here we go for the wide.
Yeah.
And Arska goes wide. That might be good for Ayub. Might. I think he is in the zone for attack. I mean, TJ is not progressing as fast as you'd expect, right?
No. For sure. That goal. Magic gets spun into Gabor almost there, but Magic off and losing a ton of places. Again, side-by-side contact into the final corner. Unusual. We don't see it that often. Cars coming into contact with each other at AS2, really. But today it has been completely different as Joe Holmes gets to fastest up again.
The deal with Arska and takes P2. That's
nice into turn 1.
That's a fight for a win, I think, for now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those two have lost very little time, as we have Fnatic and Master now side by side. And Gabor's there as well. But all of these guys are out of the running for the win. 100%.
Yeah, I think only Joe Holmes can maybe get it. I wouldn't even be mad if Ayub wins.
No. We've been wrong before. We've always backed people further down, but you know, at a track like AS2, maybe we should have been looking further forward. There was always going to be chaos on the first lap. So,
I mean, I'm quite content with skipping Unite, and he was like an obvious choice.
Yes, that was a smart choice to not choose Unite on this occasion.
We can all be proud of us.
You can be proud of yourself for that.
Oh, you didn't pick him either?
No. Of course not. No disrespect to Unite. He's good on his day, but dropped the clutch too early for the start, unfortunately, as Rid here on the outside of turn 1. That's Pekka Koivunen who is going to make up a place. And Texas just up ahead in the blue livery.
Did you see that livery? That's
of course I've seen the livery.
A
Normally
blue
it's white.
livery with a face of a guy all over the car.
The face of a guy eating an apple.
Apple, yeah. And his rear bumper says, "Sorry, car broke."
Well, it's about to break
and
as he goes.
I think that's a Yellow Loco reference.
Okay. Well, he's forcing Pekka Koivunen to do this the long way round. They make contact again.
Yeah, that's
More
how you do.
contact here.
That's how you do. You crash into someone and then say, sorry, car broke.
As Rid pits. And Unite has opened
I
up
threw
a
penalty for
3-second
Rid.
lead. Oh. Fail. He had no one to race there into pit lane, and messed up the brakes. Mantas thinks about pitting, but doesn't. Down in P22 currently. Long way down.
So let's see what is the time lost for pitting. I think Rid lost 12 seconds in the second sector. Let's see the first one. If it's 17 seconds or so, then Holmes is very close to a win.
Yeah, it just depends on the time that Ayub and Oscar have been losing as McGreo there. Trading
Yes,
paints
Rid
with
goes wide
Toby.
in turn 1, so that won't be accurate.
Well,
and he breaks now, so that will be even less accurate. Thank you, Rid. I'll just deduce second.
yeah,
and call
it's
it
an
a day.
estimate. A conservative estimate, let's see. You can't be perfect in your calculations, or otherwise you're going to ruin the ending again. So
yeah, so 5 seconds, I'd say 16 or 16 and a half for a pit stop.
Okay, so Joe has to make up 4 seconds in order to be in contention, and he's only got 7 laps to do it. That is a tall order, but we will see. He's currently in a slipstream, which is what he needs.
What? How much did you say?
Joe is 20 seconds off the lead of the race.
Yeah,
currently.
but it's Unite.
Huh. Joe is
18
seconds off the lead of the race.
17 behind
17
Ayub.
seconds.
If I'm Ayub, I pit this lap. If you want to win Ayub, pit this lap and just fight.
Yeah, Ayub has to
Because
pit.
that's the only chance.
Yeah, if Ayub doesn't pit, you're right. Joe Holmes will win, unless anything else happens to him. Ayub, come on. Get in the pit lane and let's have an on-track battle between you and Joe.
Do you think Ayub listens?
No.
I know Gabor does, but he's driving so bad that it makes no sense to talk to him today.
No, he's not listening.
Yeah. So there is an option that Holmes gets stuck in the traffic, but he gained half a second this lap, and it's not looking great for Ayub at least.
Yeah, more traffic ahead of Joe, but traffic that will probably pose less of an issue. The further up the grid you get, obviously the less troublesome overtaking becomes generally.
That's an epic lap by Holmes, 120.76.
Well, Ayub should
for our
definitely
reference,
pit this lap.
Yeah, that is 7/10 faster than Ayub.
Yeah, he has to pit this lap, otherwise it's going to be a slam dunk for Joe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's watching it or not. I remember last Fox Friday race, I was watching the gap, and when I saw a space open, I just pitted and was more content on being on equal terms with Gabor and having the pit stop done than just waiting for the last lap. He's not.
You didn't do it.
That's how you lose a race, ladies and gentlemen, as Holmes dives on Rocket and Rocket moves away. That's one advantage of being so fast and pitting already. People generally don't want to ruin your race and just move to the side.
Well, it's amazing how that worked out. We almost ruled him out. Yasin on Mad Jester again. Let's see if this happens into turn 1 this time. Yasin there in the bright yellow air attack livery. It's going to be a bit deep.
Okay, and Holmes gets this gaggle, so if something happens here,
yeah,
there could be a chance.
Yeah, those two are going at it pretty hard. Yasin and Majesta definitely want to have a fight here. And Joe's got 3 cars hungry
Yasin
for positions
hits
to get
wall
through. Yeah.
as Pothouse moves to the side. Will he lift? I think he lifted, yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So Joe's through cleanly there. 5 laps to go after this one. And the gap
Yeah, I mean,
to the lead is
at
down
one
to
at
15
one
seconds
point
now.
it might look ridiculous because they are fighting for position, but people lift. But when you think about it, even in Formula 1, if you're on a different strategy, you don't really fight that hard.
And look at that. Majesta goes into the pit lane, which makes this a lot easier for Joe. He only has 1 car to get through now, and it's going to
And
be a
he
simple
even gives him
slipstream.
a blinker where to go.
Yeah, simple slipstream for Joe. And when's Unite going to pit? I wonder. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's inconsequential.
Maybe he doesn't pit and just ace the qualifying.
Takes the DQ. Why not? Here's Master again. Side by side with Loco this time.
Yeah, that's the first of B2R cars. Twinkem and Mentes are close by. Fnatic and Gabor have been driving together for whole race too, but losing time to Holmes every lap.
Yeah, Joe up to P10, although he is already pitted. And yeah, Abe, it's all over. He's not going in the pits again, so yeah, we will stop talking about that and instead focus on.
So the interesting thing
right
is
behind.
Unite, if he would get a good start, he's fast enough to be ahead of Joe.
Yeah,
and
by
he's
probably
currently
2 seconds.
18. Yeah, I think around 1.5, 2 seconds ahead of Joe after pit stop, and that's gotta hurt. That's
not ideal.
Win lost, yeah.
And even then, the win would have been marginal at this point. And Unite started on pole, and Joe started in P15. It's incredible.
Yeah, but you know what Vin Diesel said: a win is a win.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't matter how you get it. A win is a win. Well, Unite has to do a drive-through and he has to do a pit stop, so he can't do them both on the same lap.
So
So
he has to
he has
go
to come in the
on
next lap.
lap.
Yeah.
Or he will go for disqualification and say he won. I mean, he's having good pace.
Yeah. I mean, so too is Abe. Don't get me wrong. Abe's pace is still really good. It's just Joe Holmes is on another level. He's setting fastest laps in traffic.
I mean, it's
so
interesting that whole field has a good pace, and then there's a guy that somehow finds 2-3 tenths. It kinda reminds me of Litmanen in Fox back in the day. There's like close fighting and everybody's fighting tooth and nail and everybody has close pace, but the guy comes and is half a second up on the whole field. Was that too pessimistic?
No.
I mean, he's beatable. The field beat Holmes many times this year as Unite gets a drive-through penalty. So
yeah,
Unite went into pits to serve a drive-through penalty, went into pits too fast, and got another drive-through penalty. And that's exactly what I said it would happen, and he spectated that. I'm gonna go and buy myself a lottery ticket.
Yeah, you should do that today. Good luck.
I don't need luck. I already know that I won't
You
get
already
anything.
know. Well, that's not true. This lottery that you chose,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
looking good. It's looking pretty good. So 2 laps to go before we will determine that Zdravko should take over the lead of our silly race 2 game. But enough of that. TJ currently leads and has been lapping faster than Joe for a while, but only has a 10-second lead or 11-second lead currently, which isn't enough, and he's not going to be able to make up 4 seconds, 3 seconds a lap in the next 2 laps. So TJ in the pits.
Yeah,
So we're going to see that.
His car is not damaged. It's weird to see this race.
As everybody else pulls into the pit lane as well. It's sad to see that Abe is behind Joe. I wish we'd have had that on track overtake, but there we go. You can't always get what you want, but today, what we are going to get.
He's not that far behind. He should have beat it when there was time.
Exactly. But there you go, he hasn't, and that's the situation. Joe takes over the lead on the final lap, and Abe just has to watch him drive away. That's tragic.
Let's hope he learns from that.
Yeah.
You gotta look at the gaps and
gotta react.
Yeah, and if you're ahead on track, you got a chance. I mean, Joe is a monster on brakes, so
yeah,
it's
but
hard
like
to
you
defend.
said, the gap is not big. The gap is not big.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been too much for Abe to at least try to defend, but now he has no choice.
Yeah, he had to beat like 5 laps before when he had a second in hand.
Yeah, I mean that gap that they have now is five laps worth of gap. Like it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Abe had a chance here and he threw it away, unfortunately. But there we go. Joe Holmes comes up to the final corner. To add to his championship tally.
TJ actually overtook Gabor and Fnatic. That's a mighty effort, starting from what he did, 24th, 25th.
A mighty effort, but it won't be good enough today. Joe Holmes wins ahead of Ayoub, and it's going to be TJ who comes across the line with a lot of horn. It happens side-by-side action across the line there with Mantas, I think. No,
everybody
it wasn't Mantas,
hits
it was
Joe's car after the race.
Well, more pirouetting for Joe. Fnatic P4, Gabor in P5, Severin P6, Asker, Loco, Master and Pedro, your top 10. And we will wait for the final few cars to come across the line. And we will do the rundown of the order again.
Unite doesn't even get the disqualification. Was that bad?
Yeah, it didn't finish. He left the race after botching the pit stop again. There you are. 2 cars to go across the line until we get the final classification. That's everybody, actually. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, this was an interesting race. It's a shame we didn't get the grandstand finish we were after, but you don't always get what you want. And Joe Holmes got what he wanted. After 24 minutes and 50 seconds, he wins ahead of Abe, DJ. Fnatic, Gabor, Severin, Asker, Loco, Master, and Pedro, your top 10, with Twincam in P11, with Rayman, Koivunen, Lucas, Magrio, Magic, Mantas, Texas, Packet, and Borislav Botev, the top 20. And we're going to get 15 more finishes, I believe, on the second page, with a few DNFs this time, as expected in race 2. But it's Potov, Chameleon, Rocket, Yasin, Tupolev, Stephen Martin, Rid, Aerofade, Gritch, Zables, Mad Jester, Hermani, Paulie, Caramel, and Kazi, your final finisher, with Unite DNFing 3 laps from the end, Tobis 136 and Rick 98. So a great turnout tonight, Zdravko, and some cool action on the track. Not quite the ending we were hoping for, but a good result. 2 good results for Joe Holmes.
I still get a win, so it
We
was
weren't
a
going to talk about
win-win
that.
for me.
We're not allowed
Yeah.
to talk about that. We're talking about the drivers. You're not important.
Yeah, that's what you think.
It's not just what I think; it's what I know.
It has been awesome racing. It's a good track. It looks easy, but it gives opportunities to fight, and yeah, that's what we saw. People fighting, even in race 1, people crashing. Yeah, race 2 was actually more clean than race 1, so that's interesting.
Was it? I mean, turn 1 of race 1 was terrible.
Ask TJ how it was.
Yeah, for TJ, yeah, all right, fair enough. But for everybody else, no, there was a lot of bumping and barging again. But you know, it's all love in this sim racing community. I don't think anyone has any animosity for anyone else. Maybe we can speak to who was it? Who was getting bullied? Yeah, who it was now. Anyway, yeah, some of the drivers will probably disagree with me on that one. There we go. So that's all we have time for on round 43 of Fragmaster's GTI Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you have a good rest of your week. I am just trying to get the graphic for our silly game onto the broadcast. But while I do that, Zdravko, why don't you talk about why drivers should consider turning up to the final few rounds of GTI Thursday in 2023?
Well, if you want to learn how to drive fast, you get to see the best drivers, how they do it, and if you think you're already fast, you get to test yourself to limit, because there's some pretty good drivers out there, and well, even if you're not the best out there, I mean, only select few can be the fastest. You can still get great fun because there are fights all over the grid, and with full grids, as we saw, 2 races with 40 cars starting, you can find your partner somewhere in the middle of that grid.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be someone to race around your skill level. So join us on Thursdays for GTI Thursday. And congrats, Zdravko. You're the first of us in the double figures. Although you have 2 asterisks next to your name, and I reserve that you don't deserve to be there yet. But anyway, that's just my thought. That's just my feelings. You can thank Owen and Chris and I for your extra point, perhaps. Extra 4 points, says Chris.
Thank you.
Chris is counting the extra points that you've earned as a result of asterisks. That's how much it means to him.
I mean,
but yeah.
I would still be ahead of you, and I even have 2 X's.
That's the singular you. It's not the plural you. So Chris would still be ahead of you. But yeah, that's all we have time for. Thanks, Zdravko, for joining. I know that you really wanted to race this one, so I really appreciate you joining in the commentary box to aid me in babbling our way through an hour's worth of GTI action, especially with my somewhat obscure time zone at the moment. So I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see everyone in a month for the next round. Which one is it? Which round is it that's coming up? Anyway, yes, a future round at the beginning of November. Yes, so that will be. Oh no, not 30th of November. In fact, that will be round 48 of the championship. So yeah, from all of us here at Sim Broadcasts, we hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. We'll see you at the next one. From all of us here to all of you, good night.